Mark Twain's life lessons men learn too late in life. There are men who have spent their entire lives chasing the wrong things, money, status, approval, only to reach old age and realize they were running in the wrong direction the whole time. Mark Twain lived a life full of triumph and tragedy. He lost a fortune, buried his wife and two of his children, and watched his dreams crash and burn more than once. But from that wreckage, he forged some of the most piercing wisdom the world has ever heard. Today, we are going to explore Mark Twain's greatest life lessons, the ones most men only understand when it is already too late. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe. These are the lessons nobody teaches you, but everyone eventually learns. Lesson 1. Stop living for other people's approval. The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself. Mark Twain. Most men spend the first half of their lives trying to impress people they don't even like. Buying cars for the neighbors, working jobs they hate for the status, posting online for strangers. Twain watched men destroy themselves, chasing validation. He said it plainly, if you are not comfortable with yourself, no amount of applause from the outside world will fix that. The crowd will always want more. Your opinion of yourself is the only one that follows you to bed at night. The man who builds his life around other people's approval builds on sand. One shift in public opinion and everything collapses. Build your identity from the inside out. What do you believe in? What do you stand for? Answer that first and stop auditing your life through someone else's eyes. Lesson 2. The danger of cowardice disguised as caution. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. Mark Twain. Men love to call their fear a safer name, being responsible, being realistic, waiting for the right time. Twain saw right through it. He was talking about regret, not the regret of failure, but the deep, quiet regret of never having tried. The business you never started, the conversation you never had, the life you never fully lived because you were too worried about what could go wrong. Twain himself made bold, reckless moves. Many failed. He went bankrupt. He lost investments, but he never sat still and watched life happen to him. The safe path is often the most dangerous one, because safety today can mean regret for a lifetime. Take the shot, make the move, sail away from the harbor. Lesson 3. Most worries are lies you tell yourself. I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened. Mark Twain. Think about all the hours, the days, the years men lose to anxiety about things that never come to pass. Worry is a thief. It steals your present moment and gives you nothing in return. Twain understood that the human mind is a master storyteller of catastrophe, and most of those stories are fiction. This does not mean ignore real problems. It means stop building prisons out of imaginary ones. Before you spend another hour consumed by worry, ask yourself, is this problem real, or is it a story I am telling myself? Most of the time, you already know the answer. Lesson 4. The man who stops learning is already dead. A person who won't read has no advantage over one who can't read. Mark Twain. Twain was one of the most voracious readers and thinkers of his era. He never stopped learning. He traveled the world, studied people, read constantly, and questioned everything. He watched men fossilize in their 30s mentally. Their opinions hardened, their curiosity died. They stopped asking questions and started defending answers, and slowly the world passed them by. A man who reads widely and thinks deeply will always outmaneuver the man who is simply experienced. Experience without reflection is just repetition. Read, travel, ask uncomfortable questions. Never let your mind stop growing. The moment you think you have it all figured out is the moment you start falling behind. Lesson 5. Truth is more powerful than tact. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Mark Twain. Men exhaust themselves maintaining lies about who they are, what they want, how they really feel. They build elaborate masks and then wonder why they feel so alone inside them. Twain was brutally honest about himself, about society, about human nature. It cost him enemies, but it also gave him something rare, the freedom of a clear conscience. Every lie you tell requires maintenance. It locks you into a story you have to keep telling. Honesty is uncomfortable in the short term and liberating in the long term. Stop performing. Say what you mean. Be who you are. The relationships and opportunities that remain after your honesty are the only ones worth having. Lesson 6. Anger is acid. It destroys the container. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. Mark Twain. Twain knew bitterness intimately. He watched friends betray him, watched his investments collapse, buried people he loved. He had every reason to be consumed by rage. But he also understood that holding on to anger does not punish the person who wronged you, it punishes you. Every hour you spend in resentment is an hour you have handed to someone who does not deserve it. This is not about being passive, it is about recognizing that your emotional energy is finite, and anger is one of the most expensive ways to spend it. Release the anger, not for them, but for you. Your peace of mind is more valuable than any grudge. Lesson 7. The clock is running. Stop waiting.
The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Mark Twain. Most men spend decades waiting for the right moment, the right amount of money, the right circumstances. They think purpose is something that arrives. It does not. It is something you build. Twain found his purpose in words, in truth-telling, in holding up a mirror to humanity. He did not wait for permission. He did not wait until conditions were perfect. Many men reach the last years of their lives still waiting. Do not be one of them. You do not find your purpose. You choose it, act on it, and refine it through living. Start today, not Monday, not next year, today. Twain once said, "The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time." That is the thread connecting all of these lessons. Most men do not fear death. They fear realizing at the end that they never really lived. They lived cautiously. They lived for approval. They buried their truth, swallowed their anger, and waited for the perfect moment that never came. These are the lessons men learn too late. But you are here now. You are hearing them now. That means you still have time. If this video hit you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop in the comments which lesson landed the hardest for you. And if you have not subscribed yet, do it now. More content like this every single week.